Hello everyone, welcome to the stream and welcome to another day in Azeroth. Hope you guys are all doing well this Tuesday. At least I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. Wayne, Amy, Scary Meggie, David, Tudor, Katie, Zatch, Ember, Dave, Karen, Tauren, Mantar, welcome to the stream. What's with the AI thumbnails? Karen's got your answer. Yeah, I like it and it's something that I'm trying out. And if you don't like it, I can understand that, but it's not my job to change your mind. And it's not my job to change what I'm doing based on your feedback, but I understand. Thank you guys all very much for being here. How's the AC working? It's working a lot better than not having one. So I don't have any complaints. Life is really good. So yeah, thank you guys again. We're gonna do some questing, I think in Stonetalon today. We have a level 19 quest. We got a couple of level 18 quests here in the Barrens that we're gonna wrap up. And then maybe back to Silverpine for a bit before we head into Hillsbrad. I think we will go into Hillsbrad at some point today. At some point today I might also do the Water Totem quest. So, yeah. Let's check our inventory. Got some junk here that we don't necessarily need to hang on to. Looking pretty good. I wonder if maybe we can do some leatherworking. We trained a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it looks like we need some fine thread, maybe some more coarse thread. This is probably going to be our best for skill ups. Let's go buy a bunch of coarse thread and see how much we can craft here. Dave, I can't promise I'm going to do that, man. What I am going to do is I'm just going to play the game, and whenever it occurs to me that I want to go do that, I'll go do it. And if it doesn't occur to me that I want to do that, then I won't go do it. But yeah, sorry. What am I looking for? I'm looking for... There's a tailoring vendor somewhere. Maybe they're down this way.
What can I help you with? Go forth to victory.
Well, it looks like we can make 7. That's not a lot, but I guess maybe it'll be 7 skill ups. I'd like to make this the Deviate Scale Belt. 5 agility, 6 stamina, 3 spirit. We need 115 leatherworking, so... We're getting closer, but I don't think we're there yet, apparently. It takes a lot of leather to craft like a single item. Which makes sense, because leather is really abundant. But I'm wondering if I'm going to have to do like some additional leather farming.
Loktar. Be safe. Hold on. For the Horde.
Alright, so what order do we want to do this in? Stolen Silver is to the south of Ratchet. Cat's Eye Emerald is in the northern part of the Barrens in the complete opposite direction. And Hezrul Bloodmark is circling the oases where the Wailing Caverns entrance is at. Let's run around for a bit and try to find this guy. He's going to be the hardest thing to find. Then we can go after Stolen Silver. Then we can run all the way up the eastern coast. There's a road back there that'll take us up to the mine where we can do the Cat's Eye Emerald. I think that's probably our most efficient route if we want to get all this stuff done. Blood Moon, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here today. Well, we got really lucky with that. I've had times where I've circled and circled and circled and never found this guy. Weapon buff would be good, lightning shield would be good, a totem would be good, and actually we're gonna drop a distracting totem anyway. Drop that distracting totem on this guy. Oh good, we got another add. Let's loot his head in case this doesn't go well. Oh, these guys are really weak. We shouldn't have a problem with this. Although a heal might be in order. Let's see if we can get through it without the heal. I think that we can. Yeah, there we go, not a problem. We have to buy some more food and water. We did a Wailing Caverns run yesterday, and I used most of my resources on that run. That one turns in up here. I wonder if I should just go get that one turned in before we do anything else, and then we could fly over to Ratchet. Yeah. Let's just go turn this one in. And then I'll try to remember to restock on food and water when we go back to Crossroads. Worst case scenario, we'll do it in Ratchet. CNET, good afternoon, buddy. What is new? What is good? How you doing today? David, there can be only one. Number one. Yeah, it's like Highlander. You guys have to fight for it. Dan, good afternoon to you and welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here today. You got dual wield on the warrior? That's hilarious. That's like the funniest statement ever. I got dual wield on my orc warrior, so now tanking should be better. What? This is the world we live in. We live in 2025. We're going dual wield fury on a warrior in classic era is the better way to tank because of how people play the game now.
Strength.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Go for.
If you had tried to dual wield tank back in like 2005 or 2006, you would have been booted from the group so effing fast, inflamed so very hard. Oh, what little we knew. How bad we must have been at the game. I'm not doing this quest because this quest is a shit show,
For the horde.
and I will pass. So we are going to consider that chain all done. Yeah, I mean, I know it's better. Like, it is better. That's the messed up thing. It's better, but only because people move faster. That's why it's better. Back in a world where, like, DPS waited to open up, where heals knew not to have hots rolling on you as soon as you went into the fight, like, you could sword and board, and that was the preferred way, and you just went slower. And so now, the way people play today, yes, you just have to go Fury, maximum damage, maximum rage generation, because you're gonna go, go, go. Let's restock our food and water while I'm thinking about it. TBC is so far away. Oh, okay. It's fine. There we go. That should tide us over for a little while. Let's hop over to Ratchet, and then we'll run down and take on the Raptors in their very home. We will invade the Raptor den and take back the silver that was taken from us.
And thunder.
Guitar Junkie, Empathic Nightwalker, welcome guys. Thanks for being here today. Jake, welcome to the stream, buddy. Is TBC being released? Yeah, the anniversary realms are going to become TBC sometime in the spring of 2026. Yeah, just the anniversary realms. That was kind of the reason they opened up the anniversary realms, were to be new progression realms for Classic. And people think they're going to go through TBC and Wrath of the Lich King and stop there. At least, that's the dream. And then we're hoping that by the time Anniversary Realms are done, by the time we've had the Burning Crusade, and we've had Wrath of the Lich King again, by then we should be playing Classic Plus. Or we should at least be beta testing Classic Plus. By the time we get through Anniversary TBC and Anniversary Wrath. And then we don't have to ever worry about doing TBC or Wrath again. It'll be a final send-off. The last time we ever play TBC or Wrath. Because after that, we'll only ever play Classic Plus because it'll be so good we won't ever want to play anything else, obviously. Why don't they just have a server for each X-Pack? Yeah, some people want that. Some people want to have an era server for every era. Some people think that'll split the player base too much. It's really hard to say how it would really work out. I think for Blizzard, having so many existing eras at the same time is kind of a risk. And also it could, you know, Blizzard wants you on their train of releases. They want players to jump around to different versions of the game and kind of follow their release schedule. If they have too many era servers open, people might find permanent homes on those servers and never jump around and play the hot new thing. So Blizzard isn't really incentivized to do that. Some people think they'll leave a TBC era server open. I don't think they will. I think the only era server you're ever going to see is vanilla era. I don't think we're going to have era servers for other periods in time. What's this poll going to be like? Am I going to get all of them? I see a stealth rogue right there, a troll rogue and stealth. I'm going to open up on this raptor, see what happens. And now we're definitely going to pull the ad here. We're going to pull the ad and then I'll Stoneclaw Totem. Oh cool, the rogue took the ad. That worked out. Now someone else is going to run in and grab the stolen silver. Makes sense. Okay, it's a box, so everybody should be able to loot this. It's not an item that disappears and then they have to wait. Yeah, it stays there. Okay, good. Well, that was really easy. Now we can just kind of head all the way up the coast. We can go do the Cat's Eye Emerald, and then I think I want to do the breadcrumbs into Ashenvale. That was the other thing that I wanted to start thinking about. I wanted to start thinking about when we should go into Ashenvale. There's a level 19 quest over here at the Zoramgar outpost to kill Naga for their heads. And we're only level 22, so I guess we have a little while to think about it. We have to, if we want to do the level 19 stuff in Ashenvale, we have to get on that stuff by level 25. How's the new AC working? It's working really good because it's working at all. Yep, it's been good. I'm very grateful. Sven, good evening to you and welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here today. Perkwitch, good morning to you and welcome. Hope you're doing well. Sick AU, welcome to the stream, buddy. It's hot in Georgia. Feels like it's hot everywhere right now. Don't worry. 4 more months, everybody will be complaining about how cold it is. And around goes the earth. Are we gonna do any dungeons today? I don't know. We could do another Wailing Caverns run. I think that's really all we're in the range to do. We're not really ready for SFK yet. We might be ready for... well, no. Probably be ready for BFD in a couple levels. Yeah, I think the only thing we could possibly do would be Wailing Caverns, so maybe. I don't mind Wailing Caverns. It's long, there's lots of kill XP. There's a couple of good items in there that haven't dropped yet. We'll see. Yeah, we have a pretty good auction house blue. So, yeah, as far as like sheer damage output, it's hard to find stuff. A lot of the auction house blues are better than a lot of the dungeon equivalents. Which is good in some ways, bad in other ways. The best thing about the auction house blues is if you got the gold, it's a sure drop. You just buy it. Because when you're relying on a dungeon drop, you never get the item. It's kind of how it works. I think we're supposed to get some rain and maybe a cooldown in a couple days, but honestly, now that my AC works, I just stopped checking the weather. I was like obsessing about the weather, like when it might cool off. And now I don't care. I might never check the weather again. Because quite frankly, I'm sick of it. It's always wrong nowadays anyway. It's always so inaccurate. Like this last year, I've seen forecasts that have just been so wildly changing. They vacillate every day. One day I look at the forecast, it says, hey, big cooldown in a couple days. That cooldown's gonna last for a week. I look at the forecast the next day, it's like, no, heat steady, heat staying, heat steady. I'm like, okay. You guys clearly don't know anything. So why am I even looking at this? It feels like a sham. Dan, I'd rather have the 16 raining. Yeah. I'd much rather have the 16 rainy than the 85. Well, that's the kind of person I am. Okay, so the Cat's Eye Emerald is going to be a random drop off of any of these mobs. Let's try to focus on killing the ones on the outside. With any luck, we won't have to go inside the cave. Well, it looks like we're probably gonna have to go into the cave. And actually, there's already somebody in the cave. This is kind of a bottleneck area because, yeah, you could get the item on the first kill, or you could get the item on like the 50th kill. Yeah, I think it chains off the Samaflange quest line, which we didn't do Samaflange. We did the first part of it, and I didn't bother with the rest of it. And it's the quest where you go talk to Winnicky Bolt Bucket, and you have to find a page or a cover or a book for a manual, something like that. And I've done it before, but yeah, I didn't bother with that chain. Mantar, am I planning on doing any questing in Stranglethorn Vale on this character? Am I planning on doing any questing in Stranglethorn Vale? I mean, this is classic era. So, even if I didn't like Stranglethorn Vale, which I love Stranglethorn Vale, especially on the Horde side where the traveling is nice, or we got two even if I didn't like Stranglethorn Vale, I have to quest there. Because we're playing classic era. You don't have the leisure that one has in like Cataclysm and Mop where you say like, I'm just not gonna do this zone, I'll do a different zone. You kind of have to go there. Everybody kind of has to go there. Even if you're a person who does a lot of dungeons, you probably have to do some questing in Stranglethorn unless you're just masochistically grinding dungeons out. Yeah, we're gonna go to Stranglethorn. We're gonna do every single quest we can. And on the Horde side, it's going to feel a lot better than it does on the Alliance side, right from the get-go. Hey, there we go. That took a little while, but it wasn't very painful. These guys were pretty weak, and we didn't get ourselves into any bad situations. So yeah, big win. Alright, from here I want to go into Ashenvale for a bit. Maybe even just to get the flight points and to do the first couple of breadcrumbs. So we can at least get the flight points. We can fly back to turn in the quest in Ratchet, the quest in the Crossroads. Level 19 quest out here for the spider kill quest as well. We have to keep an eye on that. I'm going to skip this escort quest. Well, maybe if it's there, I'll take it. Because if it's there, we should be able to do it. And I don't think it's a very long one. I think the guy just ambles around a little bit. Does a little bit of walking around. We fight some guys and then win. We'll see. Jason, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. What type of coffee do I normally brew? Whatever we have beans for. We buy different stuff from time to time. And my wife has one of those, like it's like a coffee subscription where a couple times a month they send her some coffee beans. I don't know the specifics of it. Yeah, so I just grind whatever's there. I'm not incredibly picky. Not incredibly picky when it comes to coffee, as long as it's actually coffee. It looks like somebody's already doing the quest, so we're gonna skip it this time. In the classic zones, they did such a good job of like transitioning the zones from like one to the next. if you look at all the zone transitions, they're all very unique and they actually transition really well. And I feel like that's something that in later expansions, like basically starting right away in TBC, it goes from having this gradual transition to just being like a wall where suddenly you pass through the wall and like the entire aesthetic is different. Whereas like these are very gradual transitions. And then you hit the wall. But yeah. I have no idea where this guy is. I thought he'd be up top, but he's not up top. He must be hiding on a mid-level. Oh yeah, there he is. What are you doing over here? Open the bundle of reports, take the Warsong reports to the Warsong scouts. Okay. That's the part of the quest I always miss, where we have to actually open the except I can't open the reports. How is one supposed to open the reports exactly? Maybe I'm having an add-on issue. Maybe they're already open. I don't know. He literally said for me to open the reports. I can't seem to open them. So I guess we'll move on. I think I just want to get the flight points for right now. I don't know if that's probably not going to be very exciting, but we have a level 19 quest out here. I think maybe we'll do the level 19 quest. Let's grab the flight point for Splinter Tree Post. Let's run all the way out to Zoram Strand. Let's grab the Naga kill quest, and we'll do that one just to get it done. It's the only quest that's anywhere in the 19. Like, everything else is 23 and up. Ashenvale Hunt is 20. But for the Ashenvale Hunt, you have to kill several high-level elites. So it's not really a level 20 quest. And then Ashenvale Outrunners and Torix Assault are level 24. So yeah, the level 19 one is like an outlier. And if you get that one done, you don't have to come to Ashenvale till much later. You can come to Ashenvale around like level 27 or 28. And then at 27 or 28, you can do a lot more all at once. But if you wait till then, you'll lose the Naga quest. So we're going to get that done today. Besides, that area is really pretty near sunset time, so should be good stuff. I think there's a scout over here that I have to give one of the reports to, perhaps? Is it this guy? No. Maybe it's this person? No. Huh. Well, yeah, there's probably a reason why I never do this quest. Is it this guy? No. Aha. Okay. Okay, that's one done. There's one more back here by Satranar, and then the other one is at the outpost. Maybe I should go get this guy. I should give him his update. And then we can head out to the outpost, and that way I've got that quest done. I never do this quest, so it would be cool to actually see it done. Yeah, the Ashenvale music is some of the best music in the entire game, for sure. Okay, there's no scout here. I think they patrol, unfortunately. At this point, we should probably just go get the Azshara flight point. We could take the Azshara flight point back to Splinter Tree, and we can run from there. Since we've already gone this far. And no telling where we're going to find this scout. They could be all the way at the border, for all I know. Eric, welcome to the stream, man. We might do a Wailing Caverns run, but really it's going to be up to CNET and whether he wants to tank it. I don't really want to pug a healer and a tank. Aha! There's our scout.
Glory to the Horde.
He might have that thing called real life to do today. Like, you know, work, kids, wife. he may or may not have real life stuff to do, I don't know. Or he might be doing heroics with Ember. I don't know. They might be playing mob. Yeah, I've kind of like decided not to play a lot of mob until the actual game is out. I couldn't get the motivation to run heroics on the paladin when I know I'm gonna replace the gear in Pandaria anyway. This is not a neutral flight point. Why did I think this was a neutral flight point? That was silly of me. Am I gonna be able to get to my flight point? Because it looks like part of that run is gonna be cross country. And the mobs here are quite a high level. I'm gonna try to get to the flight point. I don't know if it's gonna work out very well. I'm hoping that's a flight point for us up there. Ember, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm gonna have to figure out, like, where do I leave? I'm gonna have to leave the road with the shortest distance between the road and the flight point. Steven, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for being here today. I'm so dead. We might not get there. This was a terrible mistake. I don't know why. I just for some reason always thought that was a neutral flight point. Very, very dumb of me. We're gonna waste a bunch of time here. This is really gonna set me back. Do I want to do dungeons later? Whether I do a dungeon or not, it's going to be up to whether or not CNET can tank it. And then when I run stuff, I let him invite people. So if we do go out, we'll talk about it a bit in chat, and if CNET wants to put a run together, then he can. And if not, I probably will just quest today. I don't really have an interest in playing with pug tank and a pug healer. My threshold for like main role pugs is one or the other. I can deal with a pug tank or I can deal with a pug healer, but I'm not going to deal with both. Not when a run can take 90 minutes. Because I don't want to waste my time. Okay. Oh god, we're not even really heading the right way. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we put one out. I'm not in any rush to do anything. Lots and lots of questing to do. I often feel like I run so many dungeons in Mist of Pandaria and retail that when I play Classic, I like to focus more on the questing.
Speak, friend.
Well, I mean, we got this flight point. We're probably never gonna need this flight point, but at least we got it. You think you've quested in Azshara 3 times in 20 years? Yeah, that's about the same for me. I remember there was a quest there to get some kind of like rune tablets. Some ancient high elf rune tablets. I remember doing that way back in the day. And it was like a level 52 or level 54 thing. And then I did one quest there like within the past couple years. Down in like the Naga city area. And it was the first time that I'd ever seen that entire like Naga city complex that used to be obviously like a high elf city. So yeah, I've spent very little time there. It's one of the things like I listen to this. If we get Classic Plus and Azshara is unchanged, I'm just gonna go play Final Fantasy 14 or something. I'm just gonna have to be done. I'm gonna have to find a new game to play. If we get a version of Classic Plus from Blizz and Azshara is not changed, like, and ideally it would be a level 35 to 45 questing zone for both Horde and Alliance. That would be the ideal thing for it to be. But if it's not significantly changed and utilized in some way, I'm just gonna go play a different game. Because I've just been waiting, I've been waiting 21 years for a version of Azshara that didn't suck. Or that wasn't empty. And yes, the Cataclysm version of Azshara effing sucks. Because it's overrun with goblins. So we'll see what happens. The clock is ticking. 3 or 4 years from now, we'll know. Maybe in 3 or 4 years, I'll just be able to go play Final Fantasy 14 Classic. Ember, you have everything maxed out in FF14? By everything, you mean like job classes and stuff? Job classes, yes, that's redundant. Job classes is redundant. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, I miss a lot of those classes, man. I want to play my Red Mage. I want to play my Squall Lionheart class, my Gunblade class, even though they're a tank and I hate tanking. Like, Gunblade is like the coolest weapon ever made. What other classes were fun? I had a lot of fun on my Lancer, even though people meme on Lancers for being like the easiest class in the game. Lancer was a lot of fun. A lot of good iconic FF classes. The Red Mage was amazing. Didn't really like a lot of the Red Mage armor. So I think I was playing a dude at the time. It didn't really look that great on a dude. But the class was really cool. I don't think in the times that I have played FF14, I've never experimented with any of the profession classes. I haven't even experimented. That's how, like, shallow my experiences have been. You didn't like Dawn Trail, so you quit. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Shadowbringers was the last time that I was, like, actually playing and leveling in FF14. I played to the end of the main quest chain in Shadowbringers, and it was really good. I was raiding then with my guild still, so I just never went back for any of the DLC content. Also, coming from WoW, I wasn't really used to the idea that in FF14 every single patch brought significant chunks of story with it. Because when I would play the game, typically when I'd go back and play the game, like, all that content would have been out already and I just play through it. So when it got to Shadowbringers, like, I just wasn't familiar with their cadence of, like, every patch they're gonna drop a bunch of new story quests. I was like, I finished the main quest line, yay, I'm done for this expansion. And then it was like, no, you actually have 40 more hours of shit to play. I'm like, oh, okay. I never went back. And I never was able to really get into the endgame stuff because I didn't have a guild, obviously, in FF14. So even though I got to the end of the main quest chain and stuff, like, I never got to engage with the endgame at all. And the MSQ is a pain for people catching up, yeah. It's amazing when you're playing on the cutting edge, I feel like. Like, if you're playing on the cutting edge of the MSQ and you have been for years and you've been enjoying the story for years, it's great to get those big chunks of story with every patch. But if you're someone trying to get into the game or you're trying to catch up on it, it's like, man, whew. It's like, it becomes impossible. They really need FF14 Classic. And then just step FF14 Classic through all of the expansions again so that people can get a fresh start and people can feel like they can jump back into the game. Because I would jump in for an FF14 Classic. Go back to a Realm Reborn version 1.1, 1 point whatever. Oh god, this is Astronaut. Robert, don't run through Astronaut, buddy. Okay, I won't. Let's go a different way. That doesn't get us murder killed. The whole game is MSQ. Yeah, nowadays the whole leveling process is MSQ. Until you get to the endgame content. Like every other MMO that exists. Yeah, it's all main stuff until you get to the end. And but in version 1.0 it wasn't like that. There was an MSQ, but you also had to do side quests to level up. You also had to do guild levies. You had to complete your hunt log. To open up certain classes, you had to level prerequisite classes to a certain level. Like, you'd have to get one class to 20. You'd have to get another class to 10. That would open up a different class. So in 1.0, FF14 was actually a great MMORPG. It's just that when they stacked so much MSQ on top of MSQ and people had to do the MSQ, they had to cut out the other parts of the experience so that they were no longer necessary because it took so much time to get through the MSQ. You couldn't have people, like, required to do side quests and needing all that XP to level up and stuff like that. So yeah, unfortunately the game became, it's like playing like a graphic novel where you have to travel the character around, basically. You just travel them from point to point, you talk to NPCs, every once in a while you kill something. It's a great story, it just doesn't make for very compelling gameplay. I would say don't level everything again. Yeah. I'd say the money would probably be the cheaper way out of that one, because your time is probably worth more, especially in aggregate of all the time that would take. We need to find somewhere to repair our gear. We have a broken belt. Well, not broken, but it's on its way to broken. Maybe the outpost will have an armor repair guy. This run actually wasn't so bad in Ghost Wolf form. I've had to do it so many times with no speed increase that it actually felt pretty decent. This guy's our last scout. It's the first time in a long time I've completed that quest. Alright, Naga quest is somewhere. Right up here. I don't really see a repair person though. Oh wait, maybe this guy? He does not repair stuff. So we are SOL on repairing the belt right now.
Talk to me.
Let's go kill some Naga while we're here. Think of the talent trees like this. Read the talents, think about what buttons you've been pressing and how you've been playing the game, and then pick the talent that sounds good to you. In Classic Era especially, you have a lot of leeway to build your own spec around how you're playing the character. So just read them. Because early on especially, you're not really working towards any goals. Just pick the ones that make sense for you. Are you casting a lot? Maybe you'd want more mana. Are you relying on your shield to keep you alive? Maybe you'd want more block. Are you doing a lot of casting, or does casting appeal to you? Maybe you'd want to increase the damage done by lightning bolt and chain lightning. So like, just approach the talents like that. Don't overthink it. Just think about how you're playing the character or what you want to do with the character, read the talents, and pick the talent that seems to make the most sense to you. Because oftentimes, early on, that will be the right choice. What do I play in other fantasy games? Wait. Hold on. There are other games? I feel like I tend to gravitate towards the same kind of stuff. Paladins, warriors, sometimes mages. If the magic system is cool, and then a magic build is never out of the question. But I don't get to play a lot of other games of this type. When I play games in my downtime, right now I've been playing a lot of turn-based JRPGs. I played Metaphor, I played Persona Reload, now I'm doing a second run of Metaphor that's reaching its end. And then after this, I'm probably going to play FF16 or possibly Tales of Arise. So a lot of the stuff that I play outside of WoW is like party-based, turn-based, where, you know, I get to have all the classes because I have a party of characters and I can specialize them in different things. Did I try Expedition 33? Yeah, amazing story. I can't play Expedition because I can't parry and dodge. They took a genre that for me was supposed to be like cool, chill, more thought-oriented gameplay, like turn-based combat, and they made it into a game that caters to people that are good at perfect parry and good at dodge timing. And honestly, like, when I found turn-based RPGs in my youth, it was because I was really bad at like platforming. I was really bad at games that required reactionary reflexes. And so I found turn-based RPGs and it was like, oh great, this is great. I get to strategize here. Instead of having to like rely on my reactions, I rely on my strategy. Expedition 33 is all about perfect parry. You're only ever going to do the most damage when you can perfect parry every attack. The whole game is built around it, so I don't think Expedition will ever be a game that I get to play, unfortunately, despite having what seems like an amazing story, an incredible cast of characters. I might be skipping that one, unless they eventually introduce a gameplay mode that takes out the dodging and the parrying and replace it with more like thought-provoking, strategy-based gameplay, which they probably won't do. I spent like 10 hours in the first area, fighting the same mobs over and over again, trying to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to perfect parry consistently, and I never figured it out. And I have a 10-hour, it wasn't all like consecutively, but it's one save file that's 10 hours of me in the first area, teleporting back, fighting enemies, teleporting back. And I would do this for several weeks. I would play like here and there trying to figure out the perfect, and I never got it. So I eventually shelved it. I don't think about it anymore very much. It's kind of just off my radar now. Yeah, the QTEs were the fun and easy part of the system. I didn't mind the QTEs, I should say that. The QTEs were a cool addition because they engaged you a little bit. And I can do QTEs, I just can't do the dodge and parries. The QTE gives me a visual representation of when I have to push the button. The dodges and parries, I couldn't see the telegraphs. If there were obvious telegraphs, I never saw them. So it was actually just about sensing the real momentum of the actual enemy. It was like trying to dodge something in real life. Like I had to actually like try to read the momentum of the enemy model and like when it might complete its swing. And I was like, I can't do this. But the QTEs I thought were a nice addition. If the game had just done QTE stuff, if they had done QTE prompts for the dodge and parries, maybe that could be something nice. Like, put those same QTEs, but put them with the dodge and parry system too, because that's how I would prefer to play. That would let me relax a little bit and actually get good at the game. Yeah, it brought over all the Dark Souls people, which is great, but those people already had great games to play. I feel like it burned people who are in love with like traditional turn-based JRPGs. I felt burned by it, and how it wanted me to be good at a skill set that I purposely avoid because, you know, that's part of the reason why I play turn-based RPGs is because I'm trying to avoid having to dodge and having to parry because I'm not good at it and I don't like it. And so I felt burned by it, and I guess I probably still haven't gotten over that. That's probably why I won't go back to it. Alright, we are all done with this quest. Let's go turn it in. And then we can get out of here. This was the only thing I wanted to do here. We don't have to come back to Ashenvale until, like, we're level 27. 27, 28 would be a good time to come here and do a bunch of stuff. But until then, we got some stuff to turn in back in the Barrens. And then we're either going to head into Silverpine for some more stuff, or possibly we can do a couple things in Stonetalon. Well, that's the problem. If more JRPG type games get made off the back of it, they're going to adopt that same battle system, which is going to suck. And it's going to ruin the genre for me. Just as I'm getting back into the genre after literally being away from this type of game for about 18 years, just as I'm getting back in, they're going to ruin the genre by adding all this parry dodge bullshit to it. So, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. It's not going to help me because I'm not going to be able to play the cool games that they make. But I'm sure it'll be good for somebody. So there's that. I think we have stuff to turn in a couple of places. Let's just go back to Crossroads. We got a nice direct flight. Oh, let's turn the quest in first. That would be the smarter thing to do. Let's just not fly off into the sunset quite yet. There we go. Boop. No follow-up. And at some point we hit level 23, but I didn't notice. Alright, so I think we decided to go into enhancing totems. I think that's what we decided to do. We'll go 2 points here. That'll get us down into Flurry. I think for me, like, it's not even that it's difficult, it's just literally that I can't do it. Because I like games to be difficult, but I like games to be difficult within the spectrum of what I can physically or mentally do. And then the other problem is, like, my only other option is to put it on story mode. And story mode just negates the mechanics entirely, and you don't have to try at all, and that's not rewarding either. Like, I won't play an 80-hour game on story mode because I'm not going to get any gratification out of any of the combat, and there's going to be a lot of combat. So yeah, but it's not even that it's hard. Hard would indicate that I could do it, but that it was challenging. But the sad reality is I can't do it at all. And so, you know, because if it were just hard, there could be a learning curve where I could improve. But I just don't seem to be able to even get onto the learning curve. So, but I mean, obviously that's a me problem. I'm 41 years old. My eyesight isn't the best. To compensate for that, I have a huge ass TV, but it doesn't seem to really be enough for me to catch any of the telegraphing that's happening. Amy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's gonna be delicious. Z4, did you try to type PvP and your hands were off home row and you somehow typed JCJ instead? Is that what happened? I don't play on JCJ realms because I don't think that's a real thing. But if you were trying to type PvP, then I can just say stream snipers. Stream snipers. Ashley, welcome to the stream and good afternoon to you. Again, as a streamer, I can't play on PvP realms because of something called stream sniping. And if you don't know what stream sniping is, you could probably give it a quick Google and you could get a solid definition of it. So it's not that I don't like PvP realms. In fact, I had a lot of fun on Whitemane when I leveled my pally on Whitemane. But eventually, because of entire communities of stream snipers, degenerate people in their discords who like to cause anguish for other humans, I was eventually forced to abandon the fun I was having with open world PvP, and I was forced to transfer to a PvE realm. So yeah, I don't want to put a delay on my streams. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, but I appreciate you being here. Let's see. Let's fly out to Ratchet and we'll get that one turned in. Ultimately, I'm not a big PvP person. I had fun with open world PvP. I thought it added an element of like danger and excitement to the leveling process. But I'm not a big PvP fan in WoW. PvP is not why I come to Azeroth, so ultimately it's not really a big loss for me. I have a better experience ultimately playing on PvE realms, so it's what I prefer now. The solution for me was to just not play there because I don't care that much. That was in this case the best solution for me. Everybody's different though. I didn't turn in the war song reports. There's not really anything convenient to get us close to that area. That's like the northern part of the Barrens. I feel like if I neglect to get it turned in, then I'm never going to turn it in. There's really nothing that's going to take me back out that way, I don't think. Maybe we can go do that, and then we could check out what's going on with the spiders over in Stonetalon. What do we have waiting for us back in Silverpine? This quest is dead. We'll hang on to it so we can turn it in. Valdred's Hands is level 20. Alterac the Weaver is level 22. Okay, yeah, let's go turn the Ashenvale reports in, and then we'll head into Stonetalon for a bit and see how that goes. What's the name of the quest interface? It's in the description. It's Dialogue UI. I can type, but in this case I'm not going to. If you need to copy it, it's in the stream description under add-ons. At some point, I'll remember to repair our gear. At some point, maybe in Sunrock.
Loktar, go forth to victory.
Seen it. Welcome back, man. Sorry about the whole work thing. Shane, I appreciate that, man. I think for most people, the thumbnails are either a love or hate thing. People are very divided. I'm having fun with it. I'm not going to talk about it a lot because that seems to piss people off, but I'm going to keep it up for a while. If I make something that I think looks cool, I'm going to use it. If not, I'll go back to generic thumbnails. Ultimately, like, a thumbnail's a thumbnail. If it looks cool and colorful and eye-catching, that's awesome. But, you know, ultimately the content is still what the content is. Yeah, AI is just a very, I don't know what the word is. A very split subject. It's a very passionate subject for people. And they either feel very strongly one way, or they feel very strongly another way, or they just don't give a shit. And, you know, it's like a lot of things now. People are unwilling to accept any kind of... If people care one way or the other, they're unwilling to tolerate the viewpoints of people that feel differently from them. Because apparently, for some reason, this is how humans are becoming. When people disagree now about these things... It's not like a simple, oh, I don't really like this, but I get that you do. It's more like, how dare you like this? This violates everything about me as a person. You are a terrible person for feeling differently about this core issue than I do, and my relationship with you in any way is burned. That's how people are now. So I'm just going to do what I do, and I'm just not going to talk about it very much more than that. It's what the internet does to people. Yeah, it's not just the internet, but it is something. Like I can't get into it. I'm not a sociologist, and I'm not going to pretend to be one. Divisive. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. Thank you. I had it in my mind, but it's one of those words I don't use a lot. I didn't want to F it up. And then, you know, be flamed for it. Yeah. Divisive. I was thinking of derision. Derision wasn't the right word. Divisive is the right word. It's a very divisive issue. And so, like, ultimately it's one of those things where it has nothing to do with what the art looks like. It has everything to do with whether the art is AI or not. Yeah, F them if they don't like it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's easy to say, and from one point of view, but from another point of view, it's not. For instance, the channel lost 12 like not members, but just 12 subscriptions yesterday. But it's a significant number because it's the first time that I've ever lost that many subs in one day. I've never lost double-digit subs in one day before, and then yesterday I lost like 12 or 14 subs, and the moment it happened was when I was talking about AI. Part of me is like, good. If you're the type of person that's gonna piss you off so much that I like something you don't, that you wanna unsub, then good. I hope you unsub and never come back. Part of me feels like that. The other part of me is like, I could just not talk about these things at all. And then, you know, maybe I don't lose 14 subs in one day. It's kind of depressing. Oh, you know what? I think I missed my breadcrumb. Yeah, see, there's this little village back here. I got to talking and talking and talking and running my stupid mouth, and I missed where I was supposed to go back into this little troll village. There's like a pathway somewhere. And we gotta go back there to turn in a quest, and then we have to pick up a spider kill quest that we can pair with the deep moss spider eggs. Well, Piotr, see, that's different. Is like you're talking about the content, and so what you said makes perfect sense. You don't like the content, don't watch it. But what people got mad about yesterday, they got mad at my opinions about AI. When I lost those subs and like pissed those people off, it had nothing to do with the content. And that's the problem that I have. Is like, you know, ideally, it's like if you don't like the content, that's fine. But you know, I think like I should be able to have a personal opinion that doesn't make you completely bonkers. But that's just not how the internet is. If you express a personal opinion and it's completely the opposite of someone else's, they go bonkers. They just don't. They can't accept it. They can't even accept to have you in their life in any way anymore. Because they don't want to be confronted with something that's so contrary to what they believe, because they might have to analyze their belief if that happened, and they might have to like dig a little bit deeper into why they feel the way they feel, and nobody wants to deal with that kind of introspection. So instead they ghost, you know, they unsub, they block, they ghost. It's like, you know, you don't exist for them anymore. That's the part that I have an issue with. Yeah, if you don't like the content, don't watch, absolutely. And being completely intolerant can be a symptom of a narcissistic personality. I'm a narcissist, I feel like, but I'm not intolerant when people believe different things than me. Like, I just accept it and move on. And more so, I accept that if someone feels strongly, it's not my place to even try to change their mind. It's not even really my place to throw my beliefs at them just because they threw their beliefs at me. And I think I'm kind of a narcissist. So, you know, I don't think that, like, is a guaranteed thing, but it is a behavior that's just become more and more common with everybody. It seems like something more born out of ignorance than it is born out of narcissism. I don't know if it's like the ignorance of a limited worldview, not being ever exposed to different ideas or beliefs or cultures, or what it is. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist or a sociologist, and I don't want to pretend to be. I'm just a person that has to live in this world and get by the best I can. Where am I headed? I am headed back here to kill spiders and collect deep moss spider eggs. That is what we're doing now. Well, yeah, Tutor, that's exactly right. Whether it's like everything else, whether you like it or not, it's a thing. It's here to stay. It's only going to become more important in our lives. It's only going to handle more and more things for us, like whether you like it or not. You know, some things you don't get a choice, and there's lots of things about the world that I don't like, and I just have to live with them, so. And the way I look at it, if something is going to become an intricate part of society and an intricate part of reality, it's probably better just to learn about it, figure out what it can and can't do, and then find a way to bend that to my advantage. Because if I'm just going to sit around being pissed off about it, what good is that going to do for anybody, including myself? It's not going to do me any good, it's not going to do anybody else any good, and it's not going to change the thing that I've decided arbitrarily to not like. I think it's more responsible with things that even if you don't really like them, you don't like the way things are going, I think it's still responsible to learn about those things, to figure out what they actually can and can't do, and then hopefully you can find a way to utilize it to make your own life better. Because at the end of the day, that's really the only power that you have, is to try to find a way to bend the circumstances to your will in a way that makes your life better, or at least makes you feel better about your life. As opposed to being angry, as opposed to like living in fear, it's better just to learn about it and then have mastery over it. And then if you gain mastery over it, it doesn't have power over you. Or at least that power over you is minimized. Shane sounds like me when I play retail. Oh man. Might be playing the wrong game. I don't know. Yeah. I think sometimes we pop these eggs open and little baby spiders pop out and bother us. So we kind of have to be wary of that when it comes to what mobs are in the area with us. We don't want to aggro a bunch of stuff. I think sometimes also a queen can come out, and I think she's a little bit stronger than the other ones. Or like a matriarch or something. Careful of the elite spider. Yeah, there's an elite spider somewhere around here. Oh yeah, these are little hatchlings, but they're not just like one-shot little hatchlings. They actually have a little bit of HP to them. And they have a little bit of attack power. But they're not worth any XP, sadly. We could drop a magma totem for those. Yeah, that might be okay. Maybe like fire nova totem or whatever it is. A fire nova totem perhaps could help. Let's see what kind of damage it does. If it ever goes off. Do I have to push it to make it go off? Maybe I don't understand what fire nova totem does. I thought it was gonna like pulse outward and do damage. but I don't know what it did. Summons a fire nova totem. Unless it is destroyed within 4-second countdown, inflicts damage to all enemies. It's on a countdown. It's like a little timer bomb. There's a delay, yeah. That's interesting. I don't really know how I feel about it, but it's interesting. It's gonna go off before this pops. I thought I could time it. But yeah, that didn't work out. It's probably more effort than it's really worth at this point. Oh, there's the matriarch. Matriarch is tough. She's level 22 and she spawns right on top of us. I handled it with ease. That's because I'm a professional gamer, but the situation was still precarious. But you won't catch me sweating it. Where is this elite spider? I feel like the elite spider is gonna somehow creep up on me, even though it's the size of a house. Because it's usually back here somewhere, and we haven't seen it at all. So that's a little bit worrisome. I've been digging the shaman a lot. It has been a lot of fun for me. Checkpoint story time. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Shane, it is a true hybrid. It feels like, you know, vanilla and TBC were probably the only versions of the game where it was played that way. I feel like as soon as you take away their ability to opt into a big two-hander, you kind of like take away some of the hybridness of the class. Because it's capable of doing so many different builds in vanilla. How do you recall totems? In vanilla era, you don't. In vanilla era, the totem sits there. You can put it down again somewhere else, but you cannot recall them. You don't have any ability to do that. That's why the fire totem will often get you into trouble. Because it just does whatever it wants while it's out. I have all of my spider eggs, and I don't need to keep popping it because we don't need any more. What we do need are a couple more creepers. A lot of the ones here are venom spitters. You can tank as a shaman during the very low level dungeons. You probably, beyond Scarlet Monastery or even in Scarlet Monastery, you can't really tank anymore, but you can do like, you could probably do Ragefire Chasm, you could probably do Wailing Caverns, you might be able to get away with doing BFD, and then that's probably it. So they're kind of a tank. like really early. They have tanking talents. You got shield specialization, you can go into your guardian totems, you can go into your chance to dodge, you can go into toughness, you can go into a lot of different things that can help you out with tanking. But ultimately you're gonna fall short. But to be fair, every tank falls short of the warrior in classic era anyway. Like, there really are no good tanks besides the warrior. Seen it. I didn't say it because it was a good thing. But it's okay. It's okay to have pride in your class. But yeah, I kind of look forward. In TBC, you know, the paladin will be an okay tank, and the druid will be an okay tank. They go from being shitty tanks to being okay tanks, and that's really all we can hope for at this point. Alright, 13 inventory spots left. Let's go up into the Windshear Crag, and let's go after the loggers and the deforesters for that quest. I don't really want to go after the reapers, but if I don't take the quest, then we'll come across both of them anyway. Oh, actually, his first quest is for plans from the operators, so yeah, we will do that one, because that's a random drop off the operators. It usually doesn't take too long to get it to drop. Any tips for someone who doesn't usually enjoy classic to play this version and enjoy it? No, honestly, this isn't me just being like offhandish or dickish, but if you don't naturally enjoy this kind of gameplay, there isn't a trick to trick your brain into doing it. If you've given it a shot on a couple of different classes and no class has really resonated with you with this experience, then there isn't really a trick to it, unfortunately. You either like this long form, slower style of gameplay, or you don't. And there's really not a lot you can do about it. Zimjabwa, thank you so much for the elixirs. I appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. And don't try to play what you don't like, because you'll know within a couple hours whether you're having a good time or not. And if you've played a couple classes and nothing has really struck you, then I would say check out Mista Pandaria, check out Retail, like play a different version basically, or go play a different game. There's lots of games out there. It just might not be for you, and that's okay. Like everything, it's not for everybody, and that's okay. Trust yourself when it comes to what you're enjoying and what you're not enjoying. Yeah, Shane, the high elf areas The new areas they added were very interesting. The game was cool. Ultimately, it was a little bit buggy, a little bit janky, and then, you know, I didn't want to spend a lot of time there. Because ultimately, any day the servers could get annihilated. But yeah, it was fun for a little while, for sure. I really appreciated seeing it. Asta Vista 2000, thank you for trying to put emotions into me, but please don't. Please go somewhere else and do that shit. Thanks. Don't project onto me. Do not tell me what I'm feeling. In fact, don't tell any other human what they're feeling ever again, and your life will probably get better. How am I finding the EU servers? They're fine. They're full of WoW players. I moved over to EU for scheduling reasons, not because there was anything wrong with the US servers and not as a political statement. I guess a lot of people don't get that. I've come to worry that a lot of people think that I moved to EU servers as some kind of fucking like statement or something. I did it because scheduling is better, because when I play during the day, it's prime time for the EU. I even made a clip about it, put it on my channel so people would understand. I think people read a little bit, they read weird stuff into it. There's nothing personal, it's not about the community, it's not about the people, it's not a political statement, it's not a social statement, it's just that when I play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is when I play every day, it's prime time on the EU servers. So there's more people to play with, and there's more opportunity for me to do raids in versions of the game that I do endgame content in. That's it. But I think people don't really know, and I think they just assume. They assume, like, whatever reasons they want to assume. I guess ultimately I don't have any control over that if people are not informed. I've done everything I could to get the information out there. I put up a clip! That's all I can do. I can't do anything else. Zimjabo, you want to give me 100 gold? I mean, I'll take your gold. You don't have to give me stuff. I appreciate that you're a kind person. It's very generous of you. Thank you so much. It's a lot of gold. In Classic era, 100 gold is a ton of gold. It's an incredible amount of gold to give away to a stranger. So I appreciate it. Agent Dad, I appreciate that, buddy. It's incredibly kind of you. 100 gold is not quite like 1,000,000 gold in retail, but it's a lot. I don't really know what the equivalent is, but it doesn't really matter. But the point of it is that it's 100 gold's a lot of gold. It'll take... I probably won't ever spend all of it. You know? I'll probably still have most of it by the time I get into TBC. Because besides my mount, I don't have a lot of costs. We got the mount more than paid for now, so we're good. Agent Dad, have a good rest of your night, man. We'll catch you later. Take care. There we go, we got the blueprints. Blueprints are done, we got the kill quest done. I think we are done here. Yep, we'll go turn this one into Ziz, then we'll go turn in the spider quest, then we'll go turn in the kill quest, and then we'll have to figure out what we want to do next. somewhere after all that, I'm gonna have to take a break and get some coffee, because I have been out of coffee for a while, and I don't really like it. How's the new air conditioning working? It's working. It turns on and it pushes cold air into the vents. It's 100% more than the old one was doing, so I am really grateful. I'm not sweating from my brow anymore for most of the stream, so that's a relief to me.
Yo! Be good. Have a good one.
Piotr, getting angry can stave off lack of coffee for a certain amount of time. I thought that having coffee was supposed to stave off getting angry for a certain amount. I thought it worked in reverse. It's funny to think about, just like, instead of having coffee, just getting pissed off for a while. We usually do the opposite. And we have coffee so we don't get aggravated. But I like the reversal. Do I take my coffee black? No, I'm not that masochistic. I also want my stomach lining to remain intact. I put a little bit of milk in my coffee to lighten it up. I don't add sugar or flavoring or anything, but I do add milk. And black coffee's bad for you. Black coffee is gonna burn out your stomach lining. You're gonna get ulcers way before you need to have ulcers. It's not a good time. I guess, like, black coffee is good if you're the type of person that only drinks like 1 cup of coffee a day. Then black coffee's fine. I usually drink about 40 ounces of coffee a day, which I think technically that's 4 cups of coffee. Because I think a cup of coffee is like considered like a small, like, 10-ounce cup. So drinking 40 ounces of coffee a day, definitely don't want to drink it black. That's gonna lead to health problems. Yeah, it's just gonna burn you up. It's very acidic, obviously. CNET, you still have epic swords with Crusader enchants that you need to give my warrior, my Alliance warrior. We'll play her again soon. You know, I'm sure we'll be on her again someday. She's still around. And we got lots of stuff going on. I've been having fun on the Shaman. Eventually, we're gonna play some mop. So, you know, we're all over the place right now. I'm totally muted. Mr. Blaster, good afternoon to you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. The Swords for the Blood Elf Warrior mop. I was thinking about playing some of the Blood Elf Warrior this afternoon. So it's funny that you say that. You should mail it to me. Why are you holding on to it? Just put it in the mail, man. Put it in the mail. I'll see it when I log in. It's not like the Postal Service is going to lose it or anything. It's Azeroth. The Postal Service is like 100% on top of their game. I don't think I've ever lost a mail. You don't even know why you're holding on to it. You just mail it to me. I could just see it when I log in. I think I'm going to play some of that later. Yeah, I was thinking about getting on and leveling that tune for a bit. For a change of pace for the afternoon time. So if you mail it to me, I'll see it at some point today. If we decide to do that, which I think I will. I'm not going to go after XT4 and XT9. I hate the quest, and I just don't really want to do it. Alright, let's hearth back to the crossroads. We have a quest to turn in over in Ratchet. We got the Call of Water quest down south. Alright. Guys, it's 2:15. I think what I'm going to do for today is I'm going to take a lunch here. We got a couple quests to turn in here and there, and that's fine, but I am hungry. I want coffee. I want food. My wife made me a salad. It's waiting for me in the fridge. So I'm going to go eat, and I think this afternoon I'm going to come back and play some of the Blood Elf Mop Warrior. I think I want to do that for a little bit this afternoon. So if you guys are into that, I would love to see you then. If you had a good time hanging out this morning, leaving a like on the VOD really does help me out immensely, and I appreciate those that do. Everybody else, if I don't see you later, I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you in Azeroth very soon. Bye for now.